sa inyo. Magkasama po kami ngayon ng aking napakagandang kapartner, si Math Diwata Tutor Angenique. Good afternoon, Tutor Angenique.
Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Na-miss ko talaga si Tutor Janet. Kaya mamaya, bago ako lumipad. Ayan. Babati muna po ako sa kanila, Tutor Janet. Yes. po. Merry Christmas! At kay Tutor Janet. Na love ko talaga. Ayan. Sige, Tutor Janet.
Opo. Same. Opo, ayan. So, para sa week po na ito, amin muna po kayong wini-welcome sa ating, no, parang simoy Pasko na talaga, no, sa ating panahon ngayon. Okay, so, pinapasalamatan muna po namin ang ating Division of Manila para sa kanilang pagpapahiram ng ating ginagamit na module para sa second quarter. Okay po. Ayan. So, kami po ay kasama na talaga ngayon, hindi lang sa picture, no, ni Tutor Angenique. So, nagpo-promote po kami ni Tutor. Kailan nga tayo, Tutor Angenique?
Ayan, nagsishare pa din si Tutor. Every 3 o'clock to 3:40 p.m. Okay. Huwag kalimutang i-share. Sige, 1 minute nating i-share. Okay, para naman makapag-share po yung ating mga live viewers. So, 1 minute. Timer starts. Go. Habang nagbabasa po kami, ha? Paki-share na po. And then, ilagay done sharing. Diba, yes. Tutor Janet?
Oo, ang dami na nagko-comment dito, Tutor. As usual, ang ating mga laging nakakasama, sila Princess Divine C. Manipon from Diamantina National High School, LFG DNH sa Kabatuan. Ayan, kasama niya rin. Si Angela Claire Palalay. So, from the same school. Okay, meron pa bang iba, Tutor? May mga nakikita ka pa ba dyan sa ating mga pa-shoutout? Yan, sila rin naman lagi nag-share, I'm sure.
Yes po, Tutor Janet. Nandito na rin yung iba kong mga estudyante na late lang dahil na late din ako. Okay. So, Isabella May, Isabella May de la Cruz. Mark Adrian Vargas from Deparo High School.
Grade 9 Bougainvillea pala siya.
Yes. Opo, laging nandyan yan. And then, meron pa po talagang nandito mga Diamantina National High School, Cabatuan East District, Cabatuan Isabela. Ayan po, no, Tutor Janet? Okay.
So, I hope nagsishare din sila, no, para mas marami pang matulungan tayo, no, mapalawak pa natin ang ating online tutorial program. Yan. Kasi nga ngayong Quarter 2, Week 5, ang ating pag-uusapan ay Laws of Radicals. Di ba, Tutor?
Yes. At syempre, kinakailangan nila dito ng knowledge ng exponents, law of exponents na tinalakay natin ng week 1 to 4. Okay.
So, kasi nga po, as part of our session, so ito po ang ating, naalala niyo po last week, nagbigay ang aking napakagandang partner, si Math Diwata Tutor, noong week 4, nagbigay siya ng learning task. Kasi ang ating pag-uusapan ay may kaugnayan pa rin doon sa rational exponent. Kasi for us to be able to simplify radical expression using the law of radicals, babalikan pa rin po natin yung lesson na yun on simplifying expressions with rational exponent. At kung may time pa po, atin din pong itatry na, ma-introduce na rin po namin sa inyo ang rationalizing the denominator. So, Tutor Angenique, so without further ado, no, papakita na natin yung aking mini-me. So, meron kasi tayong ganun ngayon, Tutor Angenique. Makakasama natin, so welcome natin sila.
Okay, sige, Tutor Janet, yung iyong mini-me muna. At meron din akong mini-me from Deparo High School. Excited na siya. Excited na rin ang ating mga manonood, Tutor Janet.
Yes.
Sige. Ayan.
So, akin ang direct. Pwede po bang yung sinend kong video po sa'yo?
Okay, nandyan na yung mini-me mo, Tutor Janet.
Opo. Ayan.
Okay, so habang inaayos po natin, okay,
Opo.
bati muna po from, ayan, may mga supporters na, no? Good afternoon po, watching and listening, learning from, again, Diamantina. Yes po. Okay, meron pa dito, from Diparo High School. Good afternoon. Hello po, Crystal May. We have here Angie De La Pena. Go, go, go! Sabi naman nila. Alright. Ready na rin siguro si Tutor Sheena May.
Ayan na, okay. Mag-off ka muna ako, Tutor.
Yan.
Pleasant afternoon, everyone. Before we move on, let me introduce you myself. I am Sheena May Manumbali, Mom Darwan's mini-me for today. Since Ma'am already tackled the main topic, I am now here to be your study buddy on answering learning task number 3A and B. In this activity, we will check if you really understand the topic. So, what are we waiting? Let's now move on in our problems. So, our very first problem is the approximate number of calories, or C, that an animal needs each day is given by C is equals to 72 m raised to 3/4, where m is the animal's mass in kilograms. Find the number of calories that a 625 kilograms bear needs each day. To solve this, evaluate the equation when m is equals to 625. Now let us solve the problem. First, we need to identify the information given, of course. So the information given in our problem is C is equals to 72 m raised to 3/4, where it is the formula on getting the calories. And we also have m is equals to 625 kilograms. Let's move on to our second step. The second step is substitute the information given and solve the problem. So of course, first, write the formula. And our formula here is C is equals to 72 m raised to 3/4. And substitute. Since we already have the value of m, let's just now substitute it. So the equation will be C is equals to 72 multiplied by 625 raised to 3/4. Now, let us solve. The equation will be C is equals to 72 times 5 raised to 4 raised to 3/4. Since we already got the equation C is equals to 72 multiplied by 5 raised to 4 raised to 3/4, we need to divide out the like terms or the 4. So our equation now will be C is equal to 72 multiplied by 5 raised to 3. And now, our equation will be C is equal to 72 multiplied by 125. Why 125? It is because 5 raised to 3 is equal to 5 times 5 times 5. And 5 times 5 times 5 is equal to 125. So now we're on to the last step of solving the problem. So first, let us multiply 72 by 125. So 72 times 125 is equal to 9,000. So for us to answer the problem, a 625 kilograms bear needs 9,000 calories each day. I hope that I really explain it well so you can understand on how we can get the calories of a given animal need each day when its mass is given. Now, let's move on to our last task, the learning task number 3B. So for our problem, a particular panda consumes 1,944 calories each day. How much does this panda weigh? Let us now solve the problem. So for us to find the mass of the panda, we will still going to use the formula given earlier, which is C is equal to 72 m raised to 3/4. So now let's apply MPE or multiplication property of equality. So our equation now will be 1 over 72 open square bracket 1944, close square bracket, equals 72 multiplied by 1 over 72 m raised to 3/4. After applying the multiplication property of equality, let's simplify each side of the equality. So the equation will be 27 is equals to m raised to 3/4. So after simplifying each side of the equality, let us now raise both sides by the reciprocal of 3 over 4 to completely isolate m. So our equation will be 27 raised to 4 over 3 is equals to m. We are getting there. So now, let's use the power property of rational exponents. So our equation will be 27 raised to 1 over 3 multiplied by 4 is equals to m. So of course, finally, we are almost getting there. So let us now solve. So, open square bracket, open parenthesis, 3 raised to 3, close parenthesis, raised to 1 over 3, close square bracket, raised to 4 is equals to m. That's our equation. And now, so, after solving tons of equation earlier, we already found the value of m, and the value of m is equals to 81. So to answer the problem, the panda weighs 81 kilogram if he consumes 1,944 calories each day. Wow, what a very challenging problem, isn't it? But hey, look at you. You already made it. Congrats. Just keep on solving and participating. Thank you guys, and I hope you learned something. Again, I am Sheena May Manumbali from Kalayaan National High School, SDO Pasay. Happy holidays!
Ayan! Talagang hindi na naman ako direct. Okay, ang galing naman ng ating mini-mini. Tutor Janet, hello, Tutor Sheena May.
Hello po!
Ayan.
Okay, bati ka naman dyan.
Hi po! I am Sheena May Manumbali from SDO Pasay, Ma'am Janet Darwan's mini-me for today.
Hi!
Ayan. So si Tutor naman si Tutor Nikki. Ang papakilala niya naman ay ang kanyang mini-me.
Ayan, sige, ang ating pretty mini-me from SDO Caloocan City, Diparo High School. We have Hannah Nika there. Hannah Nika, hello! Hannah! Sige. Hi, Tutor Hannah Nika! Ayan, ang pipretty naman nila. Sige, bati ka muna,
Correct.
Tutor Hannah Nika. Maraming nanonood sa'yo.
Hi po. Magandang hapon po. Ako nga po pala si Hannah Nika Dipay from Diparo High School. Ako po ang mini-me for today.
Yes.
Okay.
Kasing ganda ng kanyang teacher.
Yes,
Tutor,
parehas
no?
silang
So,
magaganda.
Oo. So, tuloy na natin ng ating so na-explain na ni Tutor ang kanyang part, no, para sa ating lesson, which is about, yun nga, introduction na ng radicals, no? So, paano ba natin, balikan lang natin, or let's revisit. Naka-share na po ba yung screen ko, Tutor?
Ayan po, naka-full screen na po.
Yan. So, let's revisit radicals, no? So, you were able to mention this in your stream last time na pag meron po tayong ganitong expression, ang tawag natin dyan ay radical expression. So, meron siyang index, merong radicand, at yung radicand sometimes meron siyang exponent. So, ang tawag natin dun sa maliit na number na nakita natin dito sa bandang left is, or represented by the variable n, is the index or the order of the radical. Samantalang, yung maliit din na number, which is represented by m, sa bandang kanan naman, ang tawag natin doon ay yung power ng radicand sa loob ng radical sign. Okay, so yun na, na-mention ko na, ito yung radicand at ito po ang ating radical sign. So ano ba ang exponential form ng ganitong expression? Ayan. So yung mga ginamit na equation kanina ni Minimico, ni Tutor Sheena May ay ang exponential form ng ganyong mga expression. So a raised to m over n ang kanyang equivalent form. Okay, so wherein, so nakikita natin na ang ating numerator ay yung exponent or power, di ba po, tutor, no? Tapos ang ating namang, okay, denominator ay yung index or order. So para matulungan tayong magkaroon ng smooth transition towards radicals, okay, so ayan, bibigyan na natin ng floor kay Hana para sa kanyang review nung ating lesson last week. So para mas maintindihan natin, paano ba natin magagamit ang rational exponent sa ating lesson na laws of radicals. Ready na ba si Tutor Hana? Partner?
Ayan,
Okay,
Tutor Hana.
na ba siya?
Okay, ayan na si Tutor Hana. Okay. Oh, wala pa po dun sa next slide. Okay.
Opo, sandali.
Right. Sige. Oh, don't worry, nandito naman si Tutor Nikki. Sige, Tutor Hana, go ahead.
Okay po, ma'am. Which of the following expressions can be written as a rational number? Unahin po natin yung number 1. 4 square of 10,000.
Fourth root. Okay, sige. Anin lang natin, ha? Fourth root of 10,000. Sige, go ahead, Hananika.
Fourth root for 10,000. Its form rational 10,000
10,000.
10,000 raised to 1/4.
Okay. And then, number 2.
9 raised to 1/4.
Okay. Number 3. So, 6th root of 729. Nga, tulungan nga natin. Paano basahin ito?
The quantity of 27 square raised to 1/6. 1/6.
Okay. Ano yan? Fraction. Okay. And number 4? Square root of 72.
Square root of 72. And square root of 2 times 4 times 9.
Okay. Sige nga, Tutor Hana. Ano kaya itong number 1? Magiging rational number kaya ito? Pakita nga natin. Number 1. Alright.
Ano po yan, ma'am? Ano yan, ma'am? Rational po. Dahil po, ma'am, it's formed the rational components. Rational po, ma'am.
Oo, rational siya. Dahil 4 and 1/4 is equal to 1. Tama? So, that is rational. It is equal to 10. So, makakancel natin yung 4 at 1/4. 10 raised to 1 na lang or simply 10, which is rational. Okay, number 2 naman. Ay, wait lang. Okay, sige, Tutor Hana.
Irrational po yan, ma'am. Kasi po yung kanina po, it's...
Alright. Okay, please unmute, Hana. Ayan, na-mute ka. Alright. Sige. Tulungan lang kita sandali, ha. Medyo nagkakaroon na ng problema dyan sa technical problem. So, we have 3 square raised to 1/4. Ibig sabihin, ano ba yung nagiging last na answer, Tutor Hana? 3 raised to? 1/2. Okay, so ibig sabihin, irrational siya. Dahil this is equal to square root of 3. Okay, number 3. Hana, ano kaya ang equal dito sa number 3?
Ano po ma'am, ang equal po dyan which is po yung 3 raised to 6 power by 1 over 6 po ba yun ma'am? Ano rational po
Okay.
yan ma'am?
Okay, rational. Alright? Dahil makakancel din natin, bakit naging 3 raised to 6? 27 is 3 cube. So that means 3 cube raised to 2, 3 raised to 6. 6 and 1, 6, they are multiplicative inverse of each other. That means the product is 1. So 3 raised to 1 equals 3, which is a rational number. And last, number 4, ano sa tingin mo kung anong sagot dito? Tutor Hannah?
Ano po ma'am, ang sa tingin ko pong sagot dyan po ay 2 times 3 and yung may parenthesis po na 2 po ma'am, tapos raised to 1 half po ma'am, which is po yun 6 to raised to 1 2 po. Ano po irrational po yun ma'am?
Okay, 6 quantity of 2 raised to 1 half, this is irrational. Because as you can see, we have a fractional exponent and this 2 raised to 1 half is actually square root of 2. Ibig sabihin, irrational. Ang galing, Tutor Hannah. Sige, tawagan na natin sila Tutor Janet at ang kanyang mini-me. Thank you so much, Hannah Nika. Bati ka nga ulit sa ating mga deparonian.
Ako po si Hannah Nika
Pati ka na.
from Diparo High School po. I'm your mini-me for today.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tutor Hannah Nika. Ayan. Ang pretty-pretty naman ni Hannah Nika, no? At saka si Sheena May. O, sige po, simulan na natin, Tutor Janet.
Yan. So, naibigay na nila sa atin yung mga kailangan nating skill para sa ating lesson on laws of radicals. So, it's time na isa-isahin na natin, tutor, no, ang ating mga laws of radicals. Ayan, it's your turn for the first law.
Alright, so the first law of radical. So, quantity and root of A raised to N equals A. Bakit? Because A, or this is or A raised to N over N. Tama? And N over N is equal to 1. Ayan, nakikita natin. Pwede rin naman ganito. A raised to 1 over N raised to the power of N. At alam natin, 1 over N times N is equal to 1. So that's why it's just A. Alright. Okay, so so example natin, fourth root of 6,561. Alright, so this is a big number but we can find factors na magkakaroon ng exponential form o pwede nating i-turn into exponential form. Sige nga, Tutor Janet, ano ba ang ating exponential form ng radical? Ayan, so pwede muna nating i-factor 9 times 9 times 9 times 9. Tama? And this is actually the radical.
Dagdag ko lang, tutor. Ang 6,561 ay 81 times 81. So pag atin siyang further pinactor dahil nga parehas silang, ayan, so parehas silang 9 times 9, kaya ang atin pong magiging factors ay 9 times 9 times 9 times 9 or simply 9 raised to 4. Yan yung makikita nila dito. Okay, tapos ano sumunod, tutor?
Ayan. So, ang fourth root, ang katubas niyan ay 9 raised to 1/4. Pwede rin naman nating ilabas yan. Katulad ng ating law of radical, ibig sabihin, yung exponent natin ay nasa labas. So, we have 9 raised to 1/4 raised to 4. And as we can see, 1/4 times 4, that is equal to 1. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating sagot, 9 raised to 1 or simply 9. Alright. Yan, may mga nanonood from Dagupan.
Para rin siyang commutative, no? Pwedeng magkaroon ng change doon sa, kasi anyway,
order.
Multiplication is an open, open operation. So, pwedeng yung 4 yung nasa loob, tapos, yung base natin ay ni-raise natin sa 1/4 raised to the 4th. Yan. Sige, tutor, may mga pagbati ba dyan na nais mong basahin bago natin i-discuss yung second law of radicals?
Sige, Tutor Janet. So, meron dito from Dagupan, San Mateo South District. From Dagupan, meron din Cubis National High School. Bago ito sa atin, no? Tutor
Yes,
Janet. And yan. At Quijano.
Yes,
Doña Magdalena. Ayan, dati na talaga yan sa atin. Mga masugid nating mga live viewers. Okay? Sige po. So, these are the example. Okay, for the second law of radical. So, as you can see, nth root of AB or A times B, pwede nating split yung radicand. Ano ba yung factor ng AB? A times B. So, we can say nth root of A times nth root of B. Ayan. So, tandaan natin yan, ha? Or either way, the nth root of A times the nth root of B, yes, is equal to the nth root of AB by the property, symmetric property. And as you can see, parehas dapat yung index. Alright, parehas. Okay, so example number 1 natin.
Hindi siya mag-work, madagdag ko lang tutor bago bigay ng example. Hindi siya mag-work kung i-rename natin halimbawa ang cube root of 50, let's say, into different index. So, hindi siya equal dito, no? Sa square root of 2, halimbawa. So, we have to be careful na ito ay parehas ng index. Pagaya ng sinabi ni tutor and James.
Ayan. Alright, so number 1 natin. So, okay pa ba kayo dyan? Tutor Hannah Nika and Tutor Sheena May? Alright, may nakukuha ba kayo? Alright, sige. Okay, so number 1, example number 1, pwede kayong makasabay sa amin, ha? Square root of 50, we know the factors of 50 is 25 times 2. So we can split them. Katulad ng property na to. Square root of 25 times square root of 2. Wait, bakit natin ganito ang pagkakasplit? Pwede ba, teacher, 5 times 10? Pwede. But we're looking for a perfect square. Okay? Ang perfect square factor ng 50 ay 25. No? Hindi po pwede yung 5 times 10 kasi wala namang perfect square doon. Tama, Tutor Janet? Ano ba yung mga perfect square natin? Kabisado nyo ba? Siyempre, kinakailangan yan sa radicals. So, we have 1, di ba? Perfect square yan. We have 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, no? 49, and so on and so forth. So, square root of 25, we know, pag sinabi mong square root of 25, then what number when you multiply by itself, that is 25, that is 5. So, ibig sabihin, square root of 25 is 5, at yung square root of 2, irrational siya. Hindi na natin siya mailalabas. So, 5 is square root of 2. Okay? Alright. Sige. Next, number 2 naman po tayo. Tignan nga natin. 4th root of square root of 9 times 4th root of square root of 729. It follows this one, right? Yung ating symmetric property dito na pinapakita. That when you have two indices which are the same, you can just simply multiply the radicand. So, 9 times 729. Or, pwede mo na rin namang i-factor. Tama, Tutor Janet? Okay. So, 9 times 729 or i-factor na rin natin si 729. Because we know that 729 is...
It's a perfect cube.
Ayan. Yes. At actually, 81. 81 times 9. Tama? So, we have 729. So, 9 times 700. So, it's either way. Marami namang paraan para ma-simplify kagad to. Pero pwede rin namang natin gawin to. 9 times 729. Sige. Alright. Ang ating sagot. Okay. So, dahil ang 729 ay perfect cube of 9, so 4th root of 9 times 9 times 9 times 9, that's actually 9 raised to 4. Tama?
Yes.
So, 9 raised to 4 raised to 1/4. Ang sagot natin ay 9. Ayan. Okay. So, pasasalamat muna sa ating dalawang tutis kanina. Talagang laging nakatutok yan, no? Tutor Janet, sila Hannah, Nika, and si Sheena May. Alright.
Pinapag-play ko pa
dito
sila
na
para
tayo
mas makinig pa sila sa ating tutor. Talagang mabantayan nila yung lesson natin. So let's go.
Yes.
Sa ating example, sa pangatlong law of radicals natin. This is for those that involves quotient. Sige, tutor.
Alright. So, dito naman, cube root, ang napapansin natin, ang ating radical ay fraction, no? It is in the form of ratio. Wherein, the nth root of a over b, we can split the numerator and denominator. Make sure na parehas ang index. Dahil index lang naman ay n, so we can split them, no? Nth root of a divided by nth root of b. Where b should not be equal to 0 because if b is equal to 0, that will be undefined, right? Okay. So, ito po yung example. Tignan nga natin. Cube root of negative 64 over x raised to 6. So, ano po ang ating sagot dyan? Tandaan natin, we can split the numerator and the denominator. So, we have the cube root of negative 64 over the cube root of x raised to 6. There are two ways you can simply simplify, no? The numerator and the denominator. Okay, so cube root of negative 64, alam natin na ang negative 64 ay perfect cube. Dahil perfect cube ito, alam natin negative 4 times negative 4, positive 16. Times negative 4, negative 64. So we can say negative 4 raised to 3. Ayan. Over, okay, cube root of x raised to 3 square. So we can factor out, no? We can have x raised to 3 raised to 2. Yang x raised to 6. So ano ang ating magiging sagot? Makakancel na natin ang negative 4 raised to 3 raised to 1/3. Makakancel na yung 3 and 1/3. So we have negative 4. And then, makakancel na natin yung 3. So, we have x squared. Tama ba ako, Tutor Janet?
Opo.
Ayan.
Correction, tutor. Ayan.
Okay,
ito
so
po
we
dapat
have
ay x squared.
Alright, x squared.
Okay.
Nasa spirit na tayo ng Christmas na Tutor Janet. Talaga naman, at alam natin na yung mga bata nakakasunod talaga sila. At alam nila that this one will be x squared.
X squared.
Alright.
So, para
Go,
sa
Tutor
ating
Janet.
last law, so pwede ko bang ibalik ang aking mini-me? Talagang minamaximize ko ang para mabigyan siya ng longer screen time. Ayan. So, siya ang mag-explain ng last law of radicals. Andyan pa ba siya?
Okay, kaya. Ayan na si Tutor Sheena May.
So, the last law of radicals is the mth root of A is equal to m nth root of A is equal to nth root of A.
So, for our example,
it is the cube root of square root of 27.
So, which is equal to, paano natin siya pwedeng i-rename? Tutor Sheena?
The square root of the cube root of 3 raised to 3.
So, anong in-apply mo dito, tutor? Bakit ganun, no? Kasi ang given natin ay cube root of the square root of 27. Then you said it is equal to the square root of the cube root of 3 cube. So, anong in-apply natin na law? Okay, so alin dito kaya yung tutor? Anong pwede natin gawin? From here, na?
Yes,
n?
The nth root of A.
Lagi siyang? Ito, no? So, the nth root.
Root of M. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so, ayan. So, yun yung sinasabi natin na pwedeng mag-commute yung parang sa exponent natin kanina doon, sa exponential form, sa review, di ba, Tutor Angenique, no? So, pwedeng, that also transcends to radical. So, pwede ring magpalit ang ating N at M as long as, yun nga, this is because you have a nested radical. Okay? So, next step, Sheena, anong susunod? Tutor Sheena? Pagkatapos
We will
niyan,
simplify it, ma'am. Yeah.
okay.
We will simplify the square root of cube root of 3 raised to 3. So the answer will be the square root of 3.
Okay. So, yun na ba yung final answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, ba't nila tayo ni Ma'am? Tandaan ninyo ngayon kayo ang mini-me namin. So, parang, this is the day na parang, teacher talaga kayo or tutor kayo. Di ba, tutor? Ayan.
Yes, ayan. So, learning test na. Wait lang, Tutor Janet. Babati lang ako bago ako mag-exit. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga mini-miss. Ang gagaling naman talaga nila, no? Hindi nakikita yung kaba. Okay, at sa ating mga manonood, Merry Christmas sa inyo. Sige, pagpatuloy na po natin ang ating learning task. So, lagi lang pong tumutok every Friday. Bye, Tutor Janet!
Opo. Sige po. So, let's proceed sa ating learning task number 1. So, ayan, nakita ninyo po sa screen, meron tayong dalawang item. So, yung ating unang task galing sa module ay how to simplify by reducing the radicand. So, ang ating given ay 45, or rather the square root of 45 x cubed y to the 8. So, ang radicand natin ay yung 45x cubed y to the 8 at ang ating index dito ay 2. So, automatic yan, dear learners, na pag wala tayong number na nakasulat dito sa radical, this means that our index is 2. And then, so knowing na wala nga tayong perfect square sa ating given, so kailangan maghanap tayo ng way para ma-simplify natin so that liliit yung ating radical. So, we can do that by, okay, so renaming 45x cubed y to the 8 ang ating radicand as, okay, like this, no? Equals the square root of 9x squared y to the 8 times the square root of 5x. Okay, so you might be asking, saan po natin pinipili yung pagpa-factor? Okay, so pinili natin na pagsamahin, okay, yung factors ng 45 na perfect square, which is 9, kasama ng iba pang mga perfect square sa ating factor. Okay, so may kasama pa ba ako sa stream? Ayan. Nandito pa ba si Tutor Sheena? Ayan. So, Tutor Sheena, so alam natin na ang x cubed, applying the law of exponent ay x squared times x. Okay? Ang y to the 8, paano natin siya fa-factor? Kailangan pa ba natin siyang paghiwalayin? So, hindi na po. So, we have 9 x squared y to the 8. So, buong y to the 8 is in one of the first set of radicands, and then times 5x. So, finally, ano po ang maging final answer? Meron bang mga sumasagot sa ating chat box? Ayan. Okay. So, ano po ang magiging final answer? Pwede nyo pong i-type ang inyong mga sagot. So, antayin namin ng aking mini-me. Nakasama ko pa rin ngayon, kumakapit. Ayan. So, sa ating mga comments, meron ba tayong mga sagot dito? What is the final answer kapag ating kinuha yung square root ng first set na square root of 9x squared y to the 8 times 5x? Ikaw, Sheena, baka matulungan mo ako? Tutor Sheena, ikaw muna ang aking partner ngayon.
Yes, love. The answer po is 3xy raised to 4 square root of 5x.
Very good. With conviction dapat na. Sige, ano nga pakibasa uli yung sagot? It is equal to?
It is equal to 3x y raised to the 4 square root of 5x.
Okay. For number 2, ganun pa rin yung ating skill. We will simplify by making sure na mas liliit ang ating radical. Kasi kung mapapansin nyo po, dear math-terrific cuties, from 45x cubed y to the 8, na-reduce natin ang radicand into this, the square root of 5x. So, ganun din ang ating gagawin sa number 2. So, magkakaroon pa rin tayo ng fourth root, pero mas paliliitin lang natin yung radical. So, when we apply the first, or rather the second law of radicals, yun ang ating ginagawa. We are trying to reduce the radicand. Okay, so how are we going to do that? So, sa 81, wala tayong problem kasi ano ba ang exponential form ng 81, tutor? Bukod sa 9 square, meron pa ba ikaw maiisip na pwedeng exponential form ng 81? Bukod sa 9 squared. It is also equal to, because 9 is a perfect square. Ilang 3?
4.
Okay, so in other words, it is 3 raised to 4. Kasi ang 81 ay 9 times 9. So therefore, pwede natin siyang isulat as 3 raised to 4. Ayan. So therefore, magkakaroon tayo ng factor na hindi na natin kailangang ihiwalay yung 81. So magkakasama na siya. So just like what we did in number 1, ayan, pakita po natin na we make sure na even, hindi lang even, pero dapat divisible sa saan? Anong ating consideration kaya dito, tutor? Divisible siya dapat sa, yung 24 tsaka 36, bukod sa 2, divisible sila sa 4. Di ba po? Ayan. So therefore, yun yung pinili nating factor. 24 times, yung isa is raised to 1, and then yung 37, in-split natin. So yun yung term na ginagamit natin. Technically, pinactor natin siya or in-split natin siya as 36 and 1. So therefore, ang matitira dito ay PQ. Ayan. Fourth root of PQ. So what is our final answer, tutor? Pwede mo bang ibigay sa kanila yung final answer?
Yes, ma'am. The
So,
final
magiging?
answer is, it is equal to 3p raised to 6, y raised to 9, and
That's
the
Q
fourth
na.
root, yes, ma'am.
Again?
The fourth root of, the answer is 3p raised to 6, q raised to 9, and the fourth root of pq.
Ayan, very good. So for our learning task 2, ikaw uli ang mag-explain ng number 1. Sorry na. Ha?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. So for number 1, we will simplify the square root of the cube root of 64. So to simplify this, we will use the last law of radical, which is m root of n root of mth root of n root of a is equal to n root of mth root of a. So now our equation will be, okay, wait po. So our equation will be,
Ito, basahin mo na lang siya dito.
yeah. So our equation will be the square root of the cube root of 4 raised to p. Now, since we can still simplify this equation, we will simplify it. So now we will get square root of 4.
Okay, bakit naging square root of 4 na siya, tutor?
Since we cancel out, ma'am,
Okay.
Yeah. we
Ayan.
cancel out 3.
Magka-level tayo ngayon, Sheena. Sheena May, ha? Okay. So, the final answer, so in other words, yung ating cube root na buo dito, no, matatanggal yung isang radical sign, hindi na siya nested. So, the final answer is square root of 4. Very good, tutor. Ang galing-galing naman ng aking partner for today. Ayan. So, para naman sa number 2, ano kaya ang ating gagamitin? So, ganun pa rin. Sabi kasi dito, so, halimbawa, from 6th root, this is 6th root, naging siyang index of 2 na lang. So, in this case, paano kaya natin pwedeng paliitin yung index natin na 8? Okay, so, first, we just have to, by the way, nakita ko pala, anong final answer pala, tutor, sa binigay mong example?
The final answer is 2, ma'am.
Okay. So, para naman sa number 2, ayan, nakita natin na since lahat naman sila ay pwede nating erase into an even exponent, like 36, 36 is 6 squared, at wala rin tayong kailangang i-factor for the exponents kasi ng ating variables na a and b ay parehas na even. So, therefore, ang ating magiging final answer ay paliliitin lang natin siya. Okay, i-reduce lang natin by order of divisible by 2, no? So, 4. So, dividing all the exponents sa loob ng 2, so magiging 4th root, this will be equal to the 4th root of, okay, so, i-divide natin to sa 2, so magiging 6 na lang siya, raised to 1, or simply 6. And then, a raised to
6.
6, and then, ano yung last? B raised to
3.
Okay, very good. So, yun po ang ating magiging final answer, tutor. Ayan. For number 3, okay, so ito na yung last example. Ako na mag-explain para mabilis na tutor, no? Ayan. So, ganun kasi talaga kailangan natin ma-maximize. Meron pa tayong assessment. So, since alam natin na hindi na natin kailangang paghiwalayin muna, i-divide muna natin yung negative 128 sa coefficient. Okay? Para sa coefficient sa baba, para sa denominator, para maging anong goal natin dyan, para maging perfect cube. Kasi hindi perfect cube ang 128. So, since nakuha na natin yon sa numerical coefficient part, meron na tayong exact or rational number na pwedeng masulat for 64, which is 4 cube. Negative 4 cube rather, correction. So, ito ay negative. So, we have to be careful with the sign, no? Ayan. Tapos, yan na po. Pwede na natin isabihin na since ni-lowest term natin siya as negative 64 times 1. Wala kasing variable sa baba. Pero dito, sa denominator, meron sa taas pala tayo walang variable. Correction. So, meron tayong variable sa denominator. So, yun yung napunta dito. 9th root of x cubed. Okay, and then finally, yan. So, let's go to the next slide. Okay. Sa next slide, makita nila na ganun pa rin. Okay, and then, we just extract, no, part by part. In-extract muna natin kung eksakto ba. So, anong ginawa natin? Hindi pwedeng extract pala. So, nireduce natin yung index. So, since negative 64 is, ano nga uli ang factor ng negative 64, tutor?
8.
Aside sa 8, yung same question ko sa'yo kanina
2
po.
raised to 4, ma'am.
Okay. 16 yung 2 raised to 4, tutor.
Oh.
Ano ang ibang form ng 64 bukod sa 8 times 8? Bakit siya naging na-reduce? Kasi nga, ito ay negative 4 raised to, anong exponent? Kailangan divisible sa 9, di ba? So, ito ay negative. Okay. So, magiging 3 over 9 na siya. Okay. So, negative 4 cube. So, 3 over 9, kaya naging cube root of negative 4. Tas ganun din sa dito, 3 over 9. So, naging 1/3 din. So, pwede na nating pagsamahin. So, ano ang ating final answer, tutor? What is our final answer in number 3? Ayan, pakibasa mo nga.
The cube root of negative 4 over x.
Okay, the cube root, kailangan natin siyang basahin na as if we are pertaining to a fraction sa loob ng radicand. Kasi pag binasa mo siya that way, you're just saying na ang sagot ay cube root of negative 4 then over x. So, ganun sa math, kailangan yung pagbasa ay kung group sila, magkasama. So, the final answer is the cube root of the quotient of negative 4 and x. Okay, so as if we're saying na negative 4 over x ang ating quantity sa loob ng radical sign. Ayan. So, we are now down to the last part. No? So, ayan, talagang kailangan magsasagot ng ating mga kasama dito sa ating Facebook Live. So, pwede mo bang basahin ang ating question, Sheena? Tutor Sheena?
For number 1 of our assessment is the square root of 98 is equal to A,
Okay.
the 7th root of 2.
7,
B,
no, that is a number again. 7.
7th root of 2.
Square root of 2.
7
square root of 2. And then
B
letter B
is 14. C, 7 square root of 8. And D is 8. What do you think is the answer for the square root of 98 is equal to what?
Hintay natin yung kanilang mga comments sa Facebook. Ang mga kaklase mo, nakita ko si Miss Baron, nag-comment siya, sabi niya, all support sa'yo ang iyong best friend. No? Tingnan natin kung makakasagot din siya hanggang sa, tama ba? Si Baron kasi nakita ko nag-comment, tama ba ako, nak? Best friend mo siya? Ayan. So, tingnan natin sa comment. Ang huli pa rin ay watching and listening from Echage. So, atin ang ipakita ang sagot, tutor, no? Probably, pinag-iisipan nila kung paano nila pwedeng i-factor yung square root of 98. Ano ba ang factor na pwede nating piliin dito? 98 can be factored as 49 and 2. Diba? So the final answer therefore is
A.
letter A,
A.
7 square root of 2. Very good. Next. Ayan. So tingnan mo rin, pwede mo makita yung comments nila sa stream, no? Pwede mo yan makita sa stream here. Kung tama, may nagko-comment na sagot. Number 2, pakibasa rin ulit, tutor.
The cube root of 1 over the cube root of 8 when simplified is equal to A.
Okay. So remember, i-highlight ko lang, tutor, no? Remember, ang tinatanong ay hindi lang pinapa-rename, no? So meron na tayong panibagong subtask. After mo siyang pagsamahin, kung pwedeng pagsamahin, or in-rename mo into rational exponent form, you have to simplify. Okay, so ano nga uli ang mga pagpipilian? A, pakibasa po, tutor.
The cube root of 1 over 8.
The cube root of, again, kasi as if you're reading it, na cube root ang 1 over, so you have to say the cube root of the fraction.
The fraction 1 over 8. B
and then
is
B.
2. C is 1 over the cube root of 2. And D is 1/2. What do you think is the answer for number 2?
Ayan. Tingnan natin ang kanilang mga comments. Okay, kung baka may nag-umahabol na ng sagot. Ayan si Carl Lexus Harry. Tama yung sagot niya sa number 1. Thank you, Carl Lexus Harry Castillo. So, wini-welcome din natin si Dayan Ancheta from Etchaga West. Yan, suki na namin yan dito talaga, tutor. Laging merong taga Etchaga West District, Doña Magdalena Gafud High School. So, ano kaya ang sagot, tutor? Ayan. Sabi ni Aina Velez, letter B. Tingnan natin, baka may hahabol pa na magbibigay ng sagot. Okay? So, talagay mo, tutor. Tama ba si Aina?
Yes, ma'am. Tama si Aina.
Very good. So, kasi nga, pag ni-lowest term natin, ang cube root, actually, parehas naman yung ibig sabihin ng cube root of 1/8 sa 1/2. Pero yun yung in-emphasize natin kanina sa instruction. So, the final answer should be letter D. Okay? So, since wala na tayong time, so of course, babalikan na lang namin ito next week. So, no? As we go with other topics related to radical, so ganun pa rin kasi ang ating magiging flow ng lesson. So, ayan. So, ating iimbitahan, nandito pa ba si Hana Nika sa stream para i-award na natin sila ng kanilang certificate. Thank you, Crystal May, Rica Franca. So, nagsasagot pa rin sila, Tutor Sheena. Gusto talaga nilang mapakita na alam nila yung mga sagot sa simplifying. Kaya lang with limited time, eto na po. So, you can just, of course, watch or rewatch the stream through YouTube. So, panoorin nyo na lang po kami. So, ayan, in behalf of, ayan na si Hana Nika. Hello, welcome back, Hana Nika. So, ayan, mag-friend na sila. Hello. So, amin kayong ina-acknowledge o in behalf of Tutor Angenique. So, this is our Certificate of Recognition. Department of Education awards this Certificate of Recognition to Sheena May Manumbali and to Hana Nika Donaire Pai from Deparo High School, SDO Caloocan, NCR Region. At ang aking minimi naman ay from SDO Pasay, NCR Region din, for volunteering as a mini-me tutor. So nag-volunteer po sila in the conduct of our National Children's Broadcasting Day na atin pong ino-observe this week. So given the 17th day of December 2021 in DepEd Central Office, Meralco Avenue, Pasig City. So maraming salamat sa inyong dalawa. So sinamahan nyo kami ni Tutor Angenique hanggang sa dulo. So sana meron pa uling opportunity na pag-dicta na kayo, sige, sali lang kayo ng sali para support nyo sa ating Ecolay. So yan lamang po at amin pong kayong iniimbitahan na manood at panoorin uli ang aming stream sa DepEd Philippines YouTube channel, DepEd EdTech YouTube channel, at sa DepEd TV. So maraming salamat po. And in behalf of Tutor Angenique, amin po kayong aabangan next year. Up next na po ang ating mga nagwagwapuhang tutor, sila Tutor Roel, Tutor King, at ang aming program head na si Tutor Avhil. Maraming salamat po. Thank you, tutors.